kids, welcome to another cook along. Today we're going to be making really light, gorgeous, fluffy American style pancakes. A perfect treat for the weekend, come Saturday or Sunday, or any day of the week really, because now it's the summer holidays. So all you need is 2 bowls, one for dry ingredients and one for wet ingredients. So you are going to need your flour, and the rest of the dry ingredients are going to be baking powder, salt and sugar. And all you do is pop those into your flour and give that a little mix around. You don't need a stand mixer or anything for this recipe, just a couple of bowls and a wooden spoon and a little whisk.
So do you prefer, you know when you're twiddling that around, do you like a clockwise or an anti-clockwise movement?
I don't really mind, as long as it all gets nicely incorporated and mixed, because what you don't want is little particles of baking powder in your pancakes which haven't been distributed, because they'll be a bit bitter.
A bit bitter.
So that's your dry ingredients mixed. Now all you need to do now is into another bowl mix your wet ingredients. So we have got buttermilk, and if you can't get hold of buttermilk, all you need to do is weigh out your milk and squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon juice into it, and then it'll turn into buttermilk. Then into the buttermilk you need to drizzle about 2 tablespoons of real butter which has been melted. So that goes into your buttermilk. Then you just need 1 egg, so crack your egg into your buttermilk and butter. And then if you have it, just a little drop or maybe a little half a teaspoon of some real vanilla extract, which really gives these pancakes a lovely flavour.
Most homes should have vanilla extract, shouldn't they?
I think most homes will have vanilla extract because they use it to flavour a lot of things. But sometimes people buy the vanilla essence or flavouring, which is more synthetic, right, which is okay, but the extracts give a lovely flavour, so they're more natural flavour.
What I find is if you keep a bottle in your glove box of your car, it's kind of with you wherever you go then.
Yes.
So if you want to cook pancakes, you've always got it.
You never know when you want to cook pancakes.
Exactly. Or
you might even use the vanilla extract to fragrance your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all you need to do now is whisk up your egg and buttermilk, your vanilla and your melted butter. So those ingredients are combined. Meanwhile, you need to heat a very heavy based frying pan on a medium heat, so it's nice and hot, and just before you put your pancake mixture on the griddle or your frying pan, just give it a little rub with a little bit of butter, because that makes the pancakes nice and golden brown. So the next step now is to literally just dump in your dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. And just give it a little mix round. You don't need to have a smooth batter particularly. In fact, the least you mix and handle this batter, the better, because what you don't want to do is work the gluten too much so that your pancakes will become a little bit stiff and heavy. So once your butter is combined with your dry ingredients and your buttermilk, everything's combined, you are now ready to get this on your griddle. So you can use a big spoon or a ladle, but I've got a little flute on my jug, so I'm just going to pour it on. So medium heat, like I said, and you just want to pour about a tablespoon of your pancake mixture onto your griddle, and then it'll self-level a little bit. And you don't want to like wiggle these about or spread them so they go thin and flat. These are American style, not like crepes. So you want them to puff up so they're nice and fluffy and thick, and then you can stack these and pour over your blueberries and your maple syrup.
It's a bit like our dog, isn't it? Fluffy and thick.
He is a bit thick and fluffy, isn't he? Okay, so all you do is you wait for these to start bubbling up in the middle, and then you know they'll be cooked and then they're ready to flip over. You can see they're already puffing up and there's a little bit of movement. You can see they're starting to create little bubbles. Then you know that you can turn them over safely without them going splat. So take your turner over, I don't really know what you call these, or flipper, and just flip your pancakes over. Okay, just turn the heat up on this a little bit.
So what butter did you use? earlier on.
I've just used a little bit of real salted butter.
Salted butter,
Yes.
do you prefer that?
I prefer salted butter because I think it gives a bit more flavour, but obviously unsalted butter is fine.
And you know I can't believe it's not butter.
No,
Do you ever use that?
not the same, no. Not as nice as
'Cause-
real butter.
Yeah, because it's not really butter, is it?
No, it's a lot of water actually.
I don't really agree with them when they say I can't believe it's not butter, because you can tell it's not butter.
You're right.
Definitely. So.
Okay,
good.
so flip over, just turn the heat up a little bit more.
And why are these American pancakes and not European then?
Well, when you go to Europe, you normally have crêpes Suzettes, which are the flat pancakes, and fine, thin pancakes, which they put lemon juice and things in. But these, being American style, they've got to go a step further and make them thicker, more unhealthy, a little bit of sugar in there, and so they are a lot more dense really than the flat sort of European.
Yeah, and
Pancakes.
the crêpe Suzette. Do you think Suzette was like a European woman? They named it after?
I'm sure Suzette was the lady who invented crêpes Suzettes, or maybe not, I don't know.
That's an interesting word though. I'm looking forward to these. Am I going to have a little taster later?
You are going to have a little taster.
Nice.
I'm just going to, now you can see they're puffing up now, so they're nice and going to be cooked nicely in the middle, because if they're not cooked in the middle then they're obviously going to be dense and chewy and not very nice. These need to be aerated, so that's when you don't overmix, because then they'll be nice and fluffy, because the baking powder is going to create the elevation in your pancake. Now flip them over and they should be nice and brown now. There we go, that's what we're looking for. Nice and golden brown. Just grab a plate.
That looks nice. So you, so with the baking powder you said, that's what causes the elevation?
Yes, so we've used plain flour and we've added a tablespoon of baking powder to it, and that creates it to rise, just like you use self-raising flour when you're baking cakes.
So if you were to do a flat pancake you wouldn't have the baking?
No, if you're doing a flat pancake like crêpes Suzettes, then you'd use plain flour.
Right.
With no raising agents, because you don't want them rising. Okay, so now these are cooked, so we're going to stack them on our plate. Okay, so there you have your pancake stack, and I like to put blueberries on top of my pancakes and a nice generous drizzle of maple syrup. You could use honey or golden syrup. You could serve these with a bit of natural yogurt or cream, but really the maple syrup goes really nicely with them. So just drizzle over a little generous portion, and there you have your nice
So that's
breakfast.
the blueberries. I prefer strawberry myself.
Well, you're always awkward,
it's-
aren't you?
Because it's bigger and juicier, but I do like a little blueberry as well.
There we go. So you could put anything on here. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, sliced banana, Nutella. Be it as creative as you like.
What
But
about-
here we go.
And it looks nice. What about like a crispy bit of streaky bacon?
Well, yes, that would be delicious as well, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That's what they're traditionally served with.
Could I borrow a fork just to try this out? Because I might enjoy this with my grill. Thank you very much.
So there we go. Fluffy light American pancakes. Hope you enjoy. Just going to make the next batch.
Good day, sport.
That's Australian, they're American.
Oh yeah. So, Sian is now going to explain what's going to happen next. We've had part 1, now I am the guinea pig. I'm not experienced in this, so we're going to give it a go. Right then.
So a dollop of butter.
A dollop of butter. Now this now is the salted butter we spoke about
Yes,
earlier.
salted real Welsh butter.
And shall I like
Just give it a swirl all
put a
over.
little swirl like
Yeah,
that?
that's fine, plenty, lovely.
How's that?
Good. Now you want to get your butter on quite quickly now.
Okay, the mix now, you said a tablespoon earlier, didn't you?
That's a good tablespoon,
And
yeah.
is that what you said?
That's
is a good
fine, yeah, that's a good
I just like-
tablespoon. Dollop, look nice and quick. There we are, that's enough.
Okay. I don't do things quick, you know
Okay, and another one. That's good, lovely.
what? Lovely, right?
Try to keep them a little bit separate.
Okay, can you like squiggle them around afterwards?
No,
like
leave
that?
them
No, you
now, or
can't,
they'll
right?
sort of just go mushy. So just
Okay,
leave them for 2 or
so
3 minutes.
They're cooking off from underneath,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Can you see these little bubbles that are forming?
Are they joined now? Are
That's
they?
okay, you can split them in.
We split them after, is
Yeah,
it?
that's fine.
There we go, that's good, because this is a learning game here. All of us begin somewhere, isn't it? And then
That's
you've got to
right.
practice, and with practice, comes perfection. Well, maybe not perfection, but much better than practice, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you can smell the aromas of things cooking, can't you?
Lovely.
I like the butter.
Butter.
And it's like going glazed now,
That's
isn't it?
right. Now if you put these in a dry pan, they'd obviously stick, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't get that lovely golden look with the pancakes, which is what you really want.
So you know, like the golden brown finish,
Yes.
it's a little bit like the pasties we did a few weeks ago,
Yes,
isn't it?
that's right. You don't want them too dark
No.
or they'll burn.
That's right.
And if they're too pale, it's uncooked.
And you know, like when you're doing things from other countries, like we call these American pancakes, you feel a little bit American, don't you, when you're doing it?
Do you?
Yeah.
So what makes you feel like an American person?
Oh, I don't know. I think maybe like sometimes the lingo comes out a little bit, doesn't it? Or you know, you say things which are from other countries, isn't it? What do you think? Anyway, or you might dress like the person from the country.
You look very American today.
Yeah,
Adam.
thank you. Now then, so how much longer does it take for this to
I think
air
you
out?
can flip them over
So
now.
if I do like a little slice like that,
incision there just to separate them.
yeah.
That's it, lovely.
And
Now
then
underneath, and then a
underneath.
quick flip.
So
That's it, fantastic, well done.
like so.
Woo,
That's
beautiful.
got a little bit of a fold in
That's
it. Now,
okay,
I
don't
find
worry
things
about
are
it.
annoying
That's okay, don't worry
because they
about it.
like lose their shape.
It all tastes
periphery.
the same.
Pi D. Or was it 2 pi D? I can't remember now. Anyway,
These are cooking lovely because you can see they're puffed up.
yeah.
They just
Good.
need another 30 seconds.
So the perfect pancake for you, how would you describe it?
Light and airy,
Yeah.
so when you eat it, it doesn't feel heavy and dense.
Yeah.
Accompanied with the right side ingredients, so fresh fruit, some nice lovely maple syrup, and maybe some nice natural yogurt.
Yeah. So that would be the usual kind of toppings, but if you were to throw in like a curveball, something
Yeah.
different, what would you go for?
Nutella and banana,
Oh, that's different, isn't it?
or some chocolate sprinkles,
Right.
or have them savoury with maple
The
syrup
problem we got now is we're going to have an interruption
Bacon
coming through the door
and
any second.
avocado.
But it's alright, he stopped by the door so we can carry on filming. Great. Can I say hello, Sam? No, then again, don't. We'll have to edit this a little bit out. Anyway, I think
These
the
are
pancakes
burning
are
now,
burning.
yeah, so flip them over again, there we go.
Oh, no, that's not too bad, is it?
Perfect, lovely.
Now that is almost perfection. There's a bit of a hole in there, as if an asteroid has hit it. But other than that, it's pretty good. Right, we need to put it onto a little plate or something. And, normally you could, if you were doing like 4 at a time, I guess you could stack them a bit better, couldn't you?
Just live.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Just check in while you're cooking. That is Sam's background commentary in case you know, you feel as if you need another voice on the screen today. But I hope that you also have as much fun cooking these pancakes as I have had, and we can have a second helping now. Have a wonderful afternoon or evening or whenever it is you're actually cooking these things. We shall see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Until what a world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Until what a